So, my facial reaction is the reaction I saw when I first saw this NFL draft analyst Matt Miller give his mock draft, right? Now, by the way, he did his mock draft 5 days ago. It took me 5 days to really understand where he was coming from. Because this is not the first time we have seen a mock draft where they gave us this same said player. So let's get right into this. First pick is Caleb Williams, and I think that's pretty much across the board. There's a couple different variations. If Chicago does not trade out of this pick, they're taking Caleb Williams. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, I think that's pretty obvious. Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Romeo Duze, Joe Alt, Taron Arnold. We have Fashoon. We have Fuga, Dallas Turner, Bo Nix, Jace J. McCarthy. Brock Bowers going 14 to the Saints. The Colts will go with Jared Verse, Brian Murphy the second. And then, of course, it's up with our pick. Now, keep in mind that in this mock draft, this analyst has, let me list off players that are still available. Okay? Mims. J.C. Latham. Okay. If you want to look at outside tackles, Kool-Aid McKenzie. 90% of the cornerbacks still available. So, this is not the first time we saw this player mocked to us. It actually is the second time. And I actually made a video about it the first time that this was mocked to us. And it was actually, I believe, Bucky Brooks, I want to say, if I am correct here, that had him mocked to us. Not J.C. Latham, because that would make a crap ton of sense. And we're not in the business of making a crap ton of sense. Brian Thomas Jr. And I want to just double check here which analyst said this, because I think it was Bucky Brooks. Let's see. Yeah, it was Bucky Brooks. So Bucky Brooks is the first analyst who came up with this idea that we're going to go with a wide receiver. And yes, it's Brian Thomas Jr. at LSU. And now we have a second analyst from NFL.com, who is creating this, again, narrative that we would go over. We wouldn't get Tyler Guyton, by the way, who he has going next after that. We wouldn't go J.C. Latham. First off. This analyst has Tyler Guyton over J.C. Latham, Mims, Newton, Kool-Aid McKenzie. He has J.C. Latham going 27? He had J.C. Latham dropping far, man. J.C. Latham, in my opinion, and I might be incorrect here, he looks like he is the best personnel possible. Like, tackle, no, sorry. Let me correct myself. He's not the best tackle in the draft. That's Joe Alt, 1,000%. Then you got the Penn State guy. I think those two guys are above J.C. Latham. But after that, he's solid number 3. I mean, maybe you say Fuga is very comparable, but I really like J.C. Latham. So, we're going to pass up on Tyler Guyton, the guy that apparently Bengals love right now because he talks so much good things about us. They're going to pass up on Mims, J.C. Latham. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to be honest with you, let's say hypothetically speaking, we did take this guy, right? I don't think we will in any way possible. Let's say we did, right? If we're all the way down here to the 25th overall pick and J.C. Latham's still on the board, if I'm the Bengals, I'm trading up. I know they don't trade up, and I know that's just not their nature, but if you're pick 25 here, right, and you see Green Bay's on the board and J.C. Latham is still on the board, I'm throwing a pick or two and trying to get pick 25 or pick 26, and I'm going to try to take J.C. Latham. Because, especially if you went wide receiver first round, right? You're just like, all right, we just did it because I don't know. But then J.C. Latham is still on the board. I guess in this narrative, in this perspective, you would have to take a wide receiver. You would also have to have this perspective in your brain that J.C. Latham is a bust. I guess that would, or Mims is a bust, or Tyler Guyton's a bust. I don't understand these analysts. I really don't. Alright, so second round, because the first round wasn't good enough. Now he has a second round. Second round, he has us taking, let's just see. Okay, hang on, hold up. I'm going slow because I don't want to see the pick myself. I just want to kind of go over. Okay, well, he already had, here we go. He has us taking Ja'Tavion Sanders, which I've talked about many times, and I'm not against the idea. I know a lot of people in the comment section down below have said, this guy's like literally a prototypical Irv Smith, and you know how much we love Irv Smith in Cincinnati. We love him. Yeah, I don't have Irv Smith jersey because I don't have a fire pit. If I had a fire pit, I would have an Irv Smith jersey. I actually probably buy a couple just for firewood. The point is, though, I'm not against the idea of taking a tight end in the second round. I think the only guy possible to take would be Sanders. But even then, it really depends. I mean, again, keep in mind, going into last mock draft / last actual draft, we didn't think that Sam Laporta was going to be the best tight end available, right? No one thought that. Let me correct myself. There was some people who thought that, but majority of the public thought it's Michael Mayer and Dalton Kincaid 1A, 1B, and then they thought it was probably Sam Laporta after that. But there was 0% chance Sam Laporta was up there at number 1. So I don't know if I'm 1,000% here sold on Sanders. I mean, here's what I'll say, right? I'm okay taking Sanders in the second round if you take a tackle in the first round. If you at least worry about the most important position. Hey, listen, we gotta worry about the most important positions, guys. So, what's the most important position? Well, we have no right tackle, and our left guard sucks, and our center's getting older. Exactly. Wide receiver. Because we're gonna franchise tag T. Higgins. We're gonna give Jamar Chase an extension. Wide receiver is the most important position. Can you play right tackle? See, I haven't looked in too much into Thomas. Can Thomas play right tackle? Maybe he can play right tackle. Maybe he'll be the first wide receiver who can play right tackle in the NFL history. I don't care that we're losing Tyler Boyd. We literally have Tyler Boyd's replacement. 2 different options. Okay? Can't. I'm sorry, these analysts, man, they kill me. They really kill me. You're not going to take offensive line in the first 2 rounds? Bro, at some point, we need offensive line. I get the whole joke way back in the day. It's like, oh, no, don't worry. You know, you don't need to take Penny Sewell because you got Jamar Chase. I get that, right? Awesome, Jamar Chase, great. Same LSU guy, right? Yeah, but at some point, you do need offensive line. At some point, you do need offensive line. And to waste 2 first round or 2 early picks on this and not get an offensive lineman, and then, let alone here, to not even trade back up and try to get J.C. Latham. If you got Thomas and you trade back up and you got J.C. Latham, I'm not going to be happy because I really don't think we need a wide receiver this early. But I'm not going to be the most upset because we got J.C. Latham. But if you just let them all go, say, you know what? I'm choosing Plan C. What's Plan C, man? F it. That's Plan C. F it. You don't want to know what Plan D is because Plan B already went out the window, apparently. Plan B is Brock Bowers. I disagree. I don't know if you can tell by my demeanor, by my voice on this subject here. I very much disagree with Mr. Miller when it comes to his point of view. Have you guys ever watched Meet the Millers? Meet the Millers? You guys watched it? Okay, good. So, Meet the Millers, right? There's a character on there that says, I have no regrets. Okay? And when I see Mr. Miller here, ironically enough, last name Miller, I think if we did his draft and we select the players he did, we would have a lot of regrets. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not saying regrets correctly, and I'm saying regrets, watch Meet the Millers. It's actually a really great movie. It's hilarious. Jennifer Lawrence is in it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.